Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, number 3, Jeff Loeb writing with Mark Chiarello on art. Chiarello. There you go. That'll do.
Yep.
So yes, we have more Last Halloween stuff. Interestingly, this book starts with the attempted murder of Christmas Eve with the Riddler at the start of this issue, rather than ending with one. And seemingly he survives, just like the Penguin did, and it's possible that even Harvey survived from the Zero issue.
But it's almost as if he survived to send a message. Not the message of that he gives Batman, but as a, no one's untouchable, because they leave it the fact that he can't talk, he probably can't write because they broke his hand. So, they hint at the Enigma knows who's behind all of this. And so you get these guys showing up as he's looking at puzzles, in these Batman masks, which look like they're straight from the Silver Age, which matches what James Jr. was wearing on Halloween, right?
Yeah, something that Gordon and Batman point out when they're investigating the crime scene. No, but I just think it's interesting that at least 2 of the victims have definitely survived so far. Like it's not just like one that survived. Like both Riddler and Penguin have definitely survived. So that's interesting to me. I do actually really like the when Riddler's kind of lying in the ambulance and Batman and Robin have to kind of overtake the ambulance to interrogate him while he's on the way to Arkham. I do kind of like how Riddler gives him a riddle with Morse code because he can't speak. And the riddle's oh, when was a car accident not actually an accident or something like that, and the answer is when there's no dent, and dent's bolded, and I'm like, oh, that's an exciting answer to that. So that sends Batman off to investigate what's going on with the dents, and he actually finds the kid this issue. Amazingly, Gilda, she doesn't know where Harvey is, and that's kind of why I was thinking he might still be alive, but. Yeah, it turns out she was forced by this group, whoever's doing this, to look after James Gordon Jr. So he's actually been at her house for, the last couple of months, and
behind a false wall too, right?
Yeah. So they actually reunite him with his father this issue, so that part of it's wrapped up. But there's a lot of stuff here, the FBI's here and giving Gordon a hard time and not really wanting to cooperate with Batman. So that's going on.
Well, they Gordon wants to have him go to, where's he tell him to the hospital, but the FBI tell him no, take him to Arkham.
Yeah, the hospital's closer, so they don't want to risk having Riddler at the hospital with public. Right. So if he dies, he dies. Just take him to Arkham. I will say the art. I do enjoy the art in these scenes. I do think kind of the moodiness of the characters being each other's faces with the shadows in their face is quite good. But I especially like the scene where Batman and Robin are kind of invading the ambulance, and there's that full page spread of Batman landing on top of the ambulance, because there's this nice touch of the Christmas lights in the background. It's not even a lot of them, it's just a few lights dangling from one building.
And they're red and green, and there's snow falling, right? So man, I know what they're doing with this book. It's an homage to Sale, right? But so far this Chiarello stuff feels like the most heir apparent, right? This feels like the vibe of Long Halloween and Dark Victory, in the right way. So here, because like you said, the moodiness, the shadows, everything at play feels very much like Sale.
Atmosphere-wise, I'd say yes. I would still say the artist on issue 1 was probably the closest line-wise to me, line work wise. But I mean, at this point, it's kind of splitting hairs, obviously.
Do you remember who that was?
Oh, not off the top of my head, no.
Yeah, let me go back and look.
Couldn't tell you at all. But it's a nice little thing as well, the 2-page layout when they're getting Riddler to try and communicate this riddle to them. They have these puzzle piece panels at the top and bottom of Riddler's eyes opening and closing, because that's the Morse code. And it's actually Robin who recognizes that it's Morse code. So Robin's proven himself to be useful again. But afterwards, and again, I love that the yellow cape is on an otherwise silhouette of Robin in a pretty much all silhouette of Batman. Robin's told to go with the ambulance to Arkham, make sure it gets there, but then wait for Alfred to pick him up. He's not to go inside Arkham, but of course he does, and we get the callback panel to Killing Joke, where he's going past the doors, and you've got Unknown and some of the other names, and like you hear Joker laughing from the Unknown one. But he actually goes back into Calendar Man's cell, which is obviously what happened back in issue 1, I say.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you're back," and Robin wants to know whatever. He's like, "Hey, what's going on here?" But before he even has a chance to have a conversation, a whip comes in and grabs his hand, and it's Catwoman. And Catwoman's like, "Get out now!" And he's like, "You're not the boss of me." He's like, "Oh, you're very smart, Robin, but if he knew that I was letting you talk to Calendar Man, he would not be happy. So, like, I'm not letting you do this." But my favorite part of this scene, though, that I really liked, is that when she's saying, like, putting her foot down, saying "get out," Robin says, "I'm not like him getting all googly-eyed whenever you show up." I love the reaction panel of Catwoman smirking and going, "Googly-eyed," because I love this idea that, well, she knows that Batman's into her. The idea of Robin kind of admitting that he notices it, like, he always seems to get off like smitten whenever you've been around. He acts differently. Like, her hearing that confirmation makes her smirk in a way that I found very satisfying.
It's the same vibe of him. He said that about me.
Yeah. It's pretty much that. Yeah, but it's all in the art, pretty much. So no, really like that. So good. Yeah, and then it's the scene of Batman going to the Dent house, and they really play with the teal and the orange here, because it's the art's all teal, but then when the hidden door opens and it's just this orange light coming through, so it really the contrast and it really pops. Yeah,
I love what the colors. I think Chiarello did the colors too. I love the story that's being told with the colors here, because like the stuff when like Arkham's very like light greens and whites until Catwoman shows up, and then goes to purples.
Yeah, a lot of lavender looking colors.
Yeah, and then we get here, like you said, the teal and the orange, and then in the following scene when Batman goes to Roman's penthouse, it's browns and reds. So just a lot of the stuff that's playing with the colors is fantastic.
Yeah. And even like a nice little touch actually is on that panel with the hidden door opening. It's the orange light coming through. There's one little bit of orange in the panel before it, and it's the click sound effect of the hidden button that opens the door. So it's just this little connection of like, oh, this is the click that opens the door. So the colors match. It's a really nice little touch. Yeah. So yeah, like you say, he goes to Falcone's place, and Mario Falcone's the only one that's alive still. And he's like, "Oh, I'm the good one. I'm the good boy. I'm the good Falcone." Like, So, but Batman's there to question him, and he tries to shoot him. He's got the exact same type of gun that the killer keeps using,
and it's taped up, so it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, but we also know that these guys that have been going around trying to kill people have also been using that. Right. So, honestly, it's kind of unclear right now as to who's responsible for what attempted murder in this book. Like, is it all the same people, or is it different groups? It's actually hard to tell. But there's a bit of a struggle while he's holding the gun. We hear like the shot go off, and we see that he's killed Bat. Well, he's not killed Batman. He's shot Batman, is what I meant to say.
Right in the shoulder.
So that blood really pops on that page as Batman's holding his wound. But yeah, he's like, "Hey, you've always been blind to the Dents and what they're up to. You have no idea what they've done to my family." And the issue ends with him holding the gun to Batman's head, and he says as he's doing it, "I am the good son," which might mean that he's went a little bit crazy if he really believes that, but it's it's an ominous moment to end the issue on.
Yeah, but he is the good son, right? That means he's not going to shoot Batman.
Then why is he pointing the gun at Batman's head?
Right, to let him know, I could have, but I'm not going to.
I mean, I'm
not the guy you're looking for.
Yeah, maybe it literally starts next issue with him pulling the gun away. I don't know.
But the idea that he wanted the Falcone name, that Mario here wanted to go above his dad, what Carmine had, that he wanted to be up there with the Waynes, So that it shows some of his ambition here, that he wanted to clear the name, but his family keeps getting in the way.
Yeah. just some great stuff in the art in this scene, like Batman picking up two pool balls and throwing them at some of the guards. Or when Mario comes through the door and like the room behind him is just white with the Christmas tree, whilst it's all just kind of like sort of light brown and black for the panel that he's walking into. But you can see Batman like standing behind the door. Just little things like that. It's really simple. It's not like complicated art. It's just really effective art.
Yeah.
So yeah, really no complaints. Gorgeous looking book. I think it advances the story in some interesting ways. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think this book has done anything wrong. Yeah, and I feel like everyone's waiting for it to do something wrong because LOEB's track record for the past couple of decades has been a bit.
Yeah, but when he's locked in, he's really locked in. You know, like, so if he wants us to be at that level, I feel like he's still capable of it. And so far, he hasn't proven us wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we suspect this was ready or had been planned to come out years ago, but obviously Tim Sale's death pushed things back.
Yeah.
At the very least, that might suggest that he's had time to like look over the script for a lot longer. Yeah, than maybe normal.
Well, and working with other creators too that aren't Tim Sale, right? They're bringing something else to it as well.
Yeah,
they're getting different artists, right? So if they're, it is collaborative, so they're putting stuff in, and so again, it's showing how comics as this collaborative format can bring out the best in everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, Batman knew to look into the dents, which has sort of set him on a new path of investigation. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see what comes with the New Year's issue, I assume.
That'd be the next holiday.
Yeah. Unless they want to get back to Halloween for issue 10, in which case they might... Because I was thinking maybe they'll bundle like two holidays together. Because, they didn't, obviously, but Christmas and New Year's are close enough that you could have... set a story that spans both of them, but that did not happen. So I'm expecting next time will be New Year's. So we'll see how that goes. What are you giving Last Halloween?
I'm gonna give this a solid 8.5.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time justifying going up or down from that. So yeah, I'll agree with that. 8.5 for Last Halloween.